You're watching Pulse for the 9th of May, and right now it's time for some World of Warcraft news. In this week's episode, we take a look at how Blizzard are planning on bringing achievements to the account level. We look at some Mists of Pandaria Beta updates that include Pandaren kids, dancing and voices, a new faction called the Anglers, pit battle updates and additions, and much more. Let's get straight to the news. First up, lead systems designer Greg Ghostcrawler Street recently released a post on account-wide achievements. So if you watched the World of Warcraft news last week, you would have seen that Blizzard had already added some of the first account level changes to achievements in the Mists of Pandaria Beta, and there's still a lot of work left before they're done. The plan with this post is to illustrate the intent behind their design, which should in turn help us figure out the answers to many of our own questions. Okay, sounds good. Let's check some of the highlights or bigger points out. Most achievements are going to be account-wide. Most criteria are not going to be account-wide. Let me explain that one. If you start an achievement on one character, you can't finish that achievement on another. But there are some exceptions. Blizzard said they didn't think it made sense for one character to get to level 60 and another one to get to level 20, and then you'd see the level 80 achievement toast. That does sound a little bit silly. Also, if you start to explore 1,000 Needles on one character, you'll probably want to finish that achievement on the same character. Simple enough. Some achievements are meta achievements, with an infamous example being, "What a long, strange trip it's been." These achievements generally are account-wide. A very few achievements are account-only. Things like every class to level 90, 2,500 daily quests, or 250,000 honorable kills. In these cases, the work for all your characters on those criteria will count. That's pretty cool and will definitely make some of these a little easier, and I suppose more importantly, more accessible for a lot of people. Blizzard also say their intent is that any rewards granted from achievements, like pets, mounts, titles and tabards, will be shared at the account level. In closing, we're told this is the kind of system that will evolve over time, and they definitely don't think this is the way that achievements will work forever. As beta players start experimenting with the new system and offering feedback, Ghostcrawler says he is certain that they'll end up making even more changes. So that said, it is work in progress, but it's still very exciting to hear about all these changes. Stay tuned for more and read the full post below if you're interested. Now time for the Mists of Pandaria Beta news and updates. This week, mostly a bunch of cosmetics and other goodies, kind of like that. Pandaren Dances have been added to the game, and you can see like 100,000 videos of them dancing all over YouTube. Yes, all over YouTube. A basic Pandaren Child has been added to the game, so you can see that on your screens right now, and be sure to let me know what you think about it. Evidence has been found of a Mists of Pandaria Collector's Edition mount and pet. I said Collector's Edition mount. Quite a few Pandaren voices are now in the beta, and there's even some new login screen music, an incredibly long track titled The Heart of Pandaria. It seems to be a bit of a mashup of the other music in the beta right now. You can have a look at the first draft of the Monk's Tier 14 armor, an area preview over at Wowhead of the Krasarang Wilds, a Siege of New Zhao Temple dungeon preview at MMO Champion, a couple of videos and screenshots of the new character creation screen. New scenarios were added, including Greenstone Village, Temple of Katmogu, and many others. There are tons of new achievements, maps, icons, class changes, cooking recipes, glyphs, and even a new hunter skill called Fetch. And yes, it does exactly what you think it does. It lets your pet fetch your loot for you. Then, the Anglers have been discovered. Who are they, you ask? Well, the Anglers are a group of fishermen in Pandaria whose main encampment can be found off the coast of the Krasarang Wilds on an island called Angler's Wharf. They come in all shapes and sizes and are all drawn together by their apparent love for fishing. Pandaren, human, Tuskar, Hosen, goblins, and more. They'll provide players with daily quests, rewards, and some good company for anyone that wants to fish with them. Lastly, in the Pandaria updates, I saved the best for last here, some new pet battle information. This could be nothing, sure, but I think it's well worth getting excited over, as most of the pet battle news is. Both MMO Champion and Wowhead have discovered that Blizzard may well be adding a lot more depth and complexity than previously anticipated to the pet battle system. It looks like there'll be variations in pets. Their breed quality could differ. It scales all the way from a poor breed quality to a legendary one. Sounds good to me. So most of this was added in the latest build, which is 15668, and you can read all about it and everything else I mentioned here below. With that done though, let's move on to the World of Warcraft smalls. First up, over at the official site, the Leaders of Azeroth series is now complete and you can find them all in one place. Don't forget about the Dark Moon Fair, which is here for a couple of days yet. The latest War College post is out, this one all about focus. The Arena Pass rated phase has begun, there's some new World of Warcraft art and comics to have a look at, the latest in the Did You Know posts, this one featuring web feeds, and finally, the final Annual Pass beta invites have been sent out. Again, the final ones. But sadly, that's all I have for you in the World of Warcraft news this week. Check the description below this video for everything that I spoke about, along with a couple of extra blue posts that I didn't really mention here, but could still be worth your time. Like the video and do all that other good stuff, and most importantly, happy legendary pets to battle with.